CM 365, all about Carnatic music. Today I'll be sharing something about the Ragam Keeravani, which is the 21st Melagartha in the 72 Melagartha scheme. As I always say, a scale becomes a raga only through the compositions created by Vagekaras, that is, they give life to these scales and make them ragas through their compositions, and that way Keeravani got its status, I would say, through Tyagaraja, through one composition that he has created. He has not created many compositions in Keeravani, only one, Kaligi Unde Gada, but nevertheless in a Rendikalai, and that has given expansive scope for revealing the facets of this ragam. Let us look at the Arohana Avarohana first. Sari ga ma pa da ni sa sa ni da pa ma ga ri sa sari, the Chatushruti Rishabha, ga Sadharna Gandhara, Madhyama is Shuddha Madhyama, ma pa dha Shuddha Daivata, then ni Kakali Nishada. And both Arohana, Avarohana, since it's one of the Melagarthas, obviously it takes the same variety of notes both in the Arohana and the Avarohana. Now coming to the starting points of the compositions, if you want to analyze and see, Tyagaraja's Kaligi Unde, Kaligi Unde, starting on the Adhara Shadja, or a composition of Sivan, Karuna Karane, starting on the Adhara Shadja. Same Sivan, another composition in the Tara Shadja, Devi, he has started on the Tara Shadja. Or another composition in Pa, Varamulo Saki Brochutane. Or in Dhaivata, Ambavadinanu. Now, coming back to the Keeravani as a ragam, we see that in Dikshadhar school also there is a mention of a ragam called Keeravani, but this is not to be confused with the Keeravani that I am talking about here, because that characteristics of that ragam is totally different. Now Tyagaraja again, we could say that how in that very first line itself of that Kaligi Unde is a revelation, I would say, in terms of how the ragam can be executed in terms of the gamakam, which note has to be rendered straight, which note has to be rendered with oscillation. Everything has been beautifully captured within the first line itself. For example, Kaligi Unte Gadaya Galgo no gamita phala da. So where you saw Kaligi Unte, see how subtly they give us the lakshana of the ragam. Re has to be straight, ga da, ga has to be oscillated, ga ma has to be straight. So when you are again da ni, that can be oscillated. So when you are rendering the raga alapana or anything also, when you are, for example, a kalpana swaram, you have to understand this aspect and present accordingly, like pada da pa ba pada pa ba pada da pa ba ga ri re ri ga ri ga ri ri sa ni sa ri ga ri sa ni sa ri ga ma ga ga ri ri sa ni sa ri ga ma ga ri ga ga ma 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 ga ri sa ni sa ri ga ma pada da pa ba ga ri ga ma pada da pa ba ga ma pada ni da pa da ni da pa ma pada ni sa sa ni sa ri ri sa ni sa ri ri. So all these indications we are able to get from his composition itself, so which is again a treasure trove. Then other compositions we can explore, like for example, if you take GNB's Ni Charana Ambuja, Ni Charana Buja Munu neranam mete. Where in the Amsa Swaram of Madhyama he gives nicely in the Charanam, Shri Nagara Laya Nivasini Shri Hari Gauri Shashanka Vadani. Or in Papanasham Shivan's composition, you see the popular one, Devi Niye Tudne. How the Ma again is beautifully reflected as an Amsaswaram. Tilmadurai Varmina Lochani. In the Charanam here also the same Madhyama is focused like Malayadvajan Madhavame Kanchana Malai Pudalvi Maharagni. So these compositions give us actually a good insight, I would say, in terms of how the gamakas have to be executed and which note has to be focused in terms of a straight way or a gamaka. Though it is a melagartha, it has got its own characteristics, and these characteristics actually are devised by the compositions which are created in them. That way, the foremost, I would say, is Tyagarajar, who codified and gave a beautiful structure to Keeravani through his composition. And there have been other later composers also, like even another composition which comes to my mind is Gopalakrishna Bharathi's Inna Mumsandega Padalamo. Like this, there are other compositions also. That way, every composition in Keeravani gives us a beautiful insight about what is that character of the ragam and how it actually features. CM 365, all about Carnatic music.